All right, we are live. So much simpler, or so simple.
Is
Yeah,
it?
it is. You know it is.
Oh my gosh. Great evening, everyone. Welcome. Come on in. Come on in. Comment in the chat as you're coming on in.
Welcome.
Happy Tuesday, right?
That's right.
It's always a better than ever Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
So come on in. So we're making sure we're set up right.
Let's see. Yeah, let's get in here. Hope everyone's having a good week. It's election day, so we're not going to be before you long. You know, it's going to get pretty. What you call it? I don't know what it's going to be tonight. Honestly, I don't know how it's going to go down tonight. But you know, obviously, I'm hoping that we could just get past this, and you know, we can move on with our lives, with our respective lives. So, but yeah. Thank you for joining us. We're going to get started in 1 second. We're just kind of getting everything in place.
Yes.
So let's see here. Comments there. Okay. How's your week?
Week has been going better than ever. You know, like I said, busy. You know, it's always busy, especially, you know, since we work from home. And then, of course, we have the kids home with us as well. So us working along with being full-time teachers,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and always
that part.
It's always, you know, we're already full-time parents, right? So
Not like you'd be part-time.
yeah, the new thing, well, you know, I'm just saying, like for people that don't know, we hey bro, Brandon just joined us tonight, and also I am Sharon Jones.
Oh, okay.
Welcome. You know, because some people might not know we have kids. We have 2 kids, one 7-year-old and one 4-year-old. So they keep us very busy. So like I was saying, you know, as, you know, already being full-time parents, working from home, and now adding the full-time teaching in the mix.
You know, substitute teacher, PE teacher, you know, we do
cafeteria people, you know.
Cafeteria people.
Yeah, because, you know, we do the lunches, the breakfast. I mean, you handle the breakfast, and I kind of, for the most part, handle the lunches during the day.
You know, I got the net thing that you put on.
You know, hey, Fee.
Fee in the building. What's up? Thanks for joining us.
Yes. So our weeks are pretty busy nonetheless. But, you know, like I said, it's been better than ever. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight.
We're excited for this topic too. You know, we're talking about
exactly
the number one answer every business owner.
Okay, just don't intro it in.
Well, you know, I just figure I'll segue in there.
Okay, you know, ready to jump right on in? Go ahead
people,
now.
You got the election going
on. You know, they want to watch. You know, they want to watch it. You know.
Yeah.
Hello, Advise on the Go.
Hey, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
So the topic for today is the number one answer every business owner / brand should know when it pertains to their customer. You know, like this is the thing that before you get that logo done.
I got a coach and real quick. Make sure you give the people to look at the camera right there and then the phone right there too.
Oh,
yes.
I did that to you last week.
Yeah, because you know,
I was telling her the camera's there.
He looking at himself.
The confidence screen.
Right.
There. Okay. You're right.
Up there. We're gonna bring it up here. Okay. Yes.
So we up here with it. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And we like right close. Because one thing we've been working on, you all. You know, we've been in some of our training with our coach Ronnie Brown. Shout out to Ronnie Brown and Girl CEO. But we've been in that training. We've been in some conferences. We've been in different situations. We started to understand the importance of looking at the camera when you do these lives. So we don't want people to feel like they're like tuning in and they're a fly on the wall, right? We want you to feel like you're a part of it.
And I want to jump in. You know, not only us, but you know, we can see that as it pertains to our kids too, who are also
that's one of the major parts. Honestly. Yeah.
In school virtually, like we can notice the difference. In my daughter's class, you know, she has a side view of the teacher who's like kind of teaching at the kids who are physically there, and then have the virtual kids on the side. Whereas in my son's class, like the teacher's right here with all the virtual students. So we can notice the difference. So, you know, needless to say, that's why I was telling him to look at the people.
No, it's really important. It's really important. So we made some adjustments. If you notice, We went with a different platform. Before we were using all of our devices and just like kind of doing a round robin and looking at each camera as we talk. But we try to condense that, but also hit the same amount of pages, all of our pages and things of that nature. So bear with us as we continue to develop this. But yeah, we're excited for this topic. I think, this is the number one question we ask in our meetings and our consultations. She don't want me to start.
I'm sorry. You're doing so good though. You're doing so good. Just hold on that thought.
Oh,
we didn't even let the people know who we are.
Well, I wasn't gonna start. I was just introing, and then I was
but it sounded like
you.
he was about to jump right in. So before, because I know him, he's gonna give you all of it way up front, But we are the Strategy Geeks. Okay, me, Cleek the Geek. I am his wife, Kim the Geek, and together we are the Strategy Geeks. All right. Thank you all so much for joining us this Tuesday. If you haven't already, go ahead and like this live, and be sure to share it with at least 3 of your followers that you have on there. All right.
That's right.
Let's get some positivity on the social media streets.
Yeah, you see that?
For today.
You see what your boy just did right there.
Thank you.
And then also,
can't see it on the gram.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry about the gram.
Yeah.
So all I did is just share my website, thestrategygeeks.com.
Yeah, you can check us out at thestrategygeeks.com. We're on Facebook and Instagram as at The Strategy Geeks. And you can catch us on YouTube as well.
All of our replays are there. So you can find them on Facebook as well. But and Instagram too. No?
What?
Are we putting our replays in the video section or not?
Some of them are on there, but all of them are all on YouTube.
Yeah.
Right. So I had to give that quick segue in. Some of you don't know. I see we have some new guests. So I just wanted to make sure that we introduced ourselves.
That's right.
Yes. So
you want to jump into it?
Go ahead.
Well, all I'm saying is, this is the number one question that people ask. This is the number one question we ask when we're talking to clients. Before you get that logo done, right? Before you get your website created, before you get your logo designed, before you start to jump out there and start selling your product, you really want to take the time to understand your client, right? So that's not just a specific question we're going to talk about tonight, but we're starting at the base, right? The basics, right? The foundation. You need to understand who your ideal client is, who you're going to be serving, so that your messaging, your logo, your website, everything that you put out, it speaks directly to that person. It speaks to those individuals, should I say, because you're looking to serve a group of people, but you're honing in on what we call a target audience. You're honing in on a representation of that group of people so that you can focus. It's just like, you creating a song. Let's use a song as an example. You have a song that you want to use.
It's like a jingle.
Well, it could be a song, like literally a song that you have to a specific person, right? But that person that is for other people can find them. They can see themselves in that story, right? So if it's an R&B artist and they're singing a song to a loved one, that song is for that loved one, and they're going to appreciate that and cherish it. But so many people say, "Oh, that's my song," because they can identify with the song. Well, that's what your target audience is essentially is. You started off with this purpose because you're like, I saw someone or some situation where a person needed my product or service, and you need to focus in your efforts and your messaging, your marketing, and all that cool stuff. You need to focus all that on that person. And what happens is all of the people that are like that person, your target audience, they get the benefit off of it. So, we'll be talking a lot about that in the coming, in the next couple of lives or whatever have you. But the number one question that we ask our clients
when we first start with them, in the first meeting,
we ask them what kind of challenges are your clients facing, and what are you doing to solve them? Another way of putting it, what is your value proposition, right? How are you positioning yourself, your brand, your product, your service, right? How are you positioning yourself to solve that problem for them? Because everyone's trying to sell t-shirts, everyone's trying to coach somebody, right? Everyone's trying to teach a course or whatever have you. Everyone is building websites and creating logos. Everyone is doing they're creating new songs, and they're doing they're photographers and they're videographers, and the list goes on and on. So what are you doing to, first of all, do you know what the challenges are, right? Let's just start there.
I was gonna say that.
That's where we always start. Do you know what your client challenges are? One. And then two, what are you doing to solve them? So we're going to spend some time tonight talking about that. We really want some questions if you guys have them, because we want to have some dialogue on that. But the long and short of it, we don't have like a whole bunch of points today. We really just had this topic and we wanted to just have a discussion around it. And the primary thing we wanted you guys to understand is, before you can get into your logo design and, because that's the fun stuff, right? The fun stuff is getting started, right? It's like, I have this great idea on, I want to get into the truck driving business, so I'm going to go and make an investment on training to one of these new coaches that are teaching people how to get in the industry. That's one of the new industries that are starting to grow in the last couple of years. And a lot of people are flocking to that. So I'm using that as an example, right? So you take that example and you're like, I'm excited. I want to join it, right? So I'm going to go I'm going to make an investment to get into it. Along with that, you're probably excited. So you're like, let me create my business name. Let me get my logo done, right? Let me get my website done. Right. Let me start working on all these things. But before you get all the way in there, and hopefully in this course that you're about to invest in, hopefully they're going to cover what challenges you're solving. Because if you don't know the audience that you're going after, then your logo won't match the audience that you're going for, right? You may have a hip hop, a urban looking logo, but yet you're in a geographical area where for the truck driving, it's more regal, right? It's more, let's say you're in Connecticut or something like that. I don't know much about Connecticut, but one time I visited there, it's not a lot of urban stuff going on in that part of the country. Right. Okay. So the point I'm making is, if you don't start by understanding your target audience, right, then everything else that comes after that, is affected by that. So that's where you have to really spend some time. It's not the sexy stuff, it's not the exciting stuff, but it's the necessary stuff to really set the tone for the rest of your business. Yeah,
I was going to agree. I was going to say, a lot of times that's one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of, business or brand owners run into, right? Yeah. They start their businesses and they all focused on, what's the products, I'm working on all these products that I think that my clients or my target audience wants, or all these services, or I'm gonna offer this service and this service and this service, but you have yet to figure out who your specific target audience, is, who your niche. I don't know. However, I say niche, but some people say niche, whatever your niche is, right? So I think that's one of the biggest mistakes is, you going gun-ho and, creating all these products or creating all these services and packages for I would say everyone, because, a lot of time that's another big mistake. You're trying to serve everybody, but you can't serve everybody. You got to niche it down.
Okay, come on to niche it down.
Niche it down.
And that's the truth. That's the truth. You got to niche down, because there's a saying in marketing: you find a niche, get rich, right? Right. And it's not that you're trying to rob people or benefit off of people, but what it really is saying is you find a group of people that have a specific problem, and you become the solution to their problem. Yes. And you have literally a stream of wealth that you can live off of, And
I want to say, people who solve problems,
they get paid.
Get paid.
Oh yeah, so that's where you want to hang your hat. You want to hang your hat and let's go back. So let's dial it back. You start off and you're like, okay, I have this passion to really teach people, and I'm jumping to another business idea. I'm just going to jump around with a different example. I want to teach people how to play tennis. I'm really good at it. I've been trained by some of the best coaches. They retired. They trained me. I'm really good now. I want to pass on the knowledge that I have. Well, okay, great. Now that you know your why, right? Now you know that the thing that you're passionate about, before you go and, like I said, start getting it all organized and start getting into the business of the business, right? You have to say, all right, who am I? Who's going to listen to me, right? Who even cares what I'm talking about, right? And we're talking about, okay, identifying that you have these challenges. So let's start talking about ways to identify the challenge and then ways to solve them, right? So the ways to identify it, you start to first survey, close friends and family and people who who associate you with that product, that service, and that talent you have, right? So you say, hey, listen, if I were to, surveying is really big in marketing, right? We talked last week about marketing being more than advertising,
right,
more than branding, right? Marketing is research. Part of research is surveying, right? So you're surveying your current clients, potential clients, right? You're surveying different people to find out how effective your product and your service is, right? So anyway, you start off surveying, starting to understand, okay, if I'm really good at tennis, right? Who would listen to me, right? First, let me look at my age, right? Okay, the age that I am, okay, do I have, if I'm 30 years old, let's take 30 years old. Okay, well, I have people who are younger than me that can get training. I got people who are older than me, right? Now you start to look at, okay, well, what are my some of my strong traits, right? Am I an introvert, right? I speak real softly? I'm not really good with crowds or speaking in front of audiences, or am I an extrovert, right? All of those things start to play into your target audience, whether you believe it or not, because you have to understand and this is just in that thing. Now, some businesses you may never have to talk to your clients. You can hire people and they can do all of that stuff for you.
Right.
So don't limit yourself to that. But what we're saying is you start the survey and find out how I can, who's the people that's going to receive from the teaching that I'm doing if I'm trying to teach them how to play tennis, right?
Right.
Then you start to look at, okay, well, what kind of areas will these people live in? Those things are affected, right? Depending on if it's a warmer area or if it's a cold area, people might not even be able to practice. If you're trying to teach them, let's say you're doing it online, well, you might not want to target a certain area of the country because this is a season they won't be practicing because it's cold outside, it's freezing. You see what I mean? So without going into a super crazy detail, those are some of the things you start to look at when you're looking to answer these challenges. And there's three types of challenges that all your clients are going to face. We all face as well, whether we're business owners, whether we're members of our family, members of our jobs and our churches or whatever have you. These are all the type of challenges we face. There are three major ones. First one is internal challenges. Second challenges are external challenges. And then the third type of challenges you'll face are the philosophical challenges.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Socrates.
Really? Socrates?
Sorry.
Hey, good association.
Philosophy, I think of Socrates.
That's a good association. No, I'm not hating on that. I'm not hating on that.
From college.
Really? Oh, this girl. Crazy. So let's just talk about them real quickly. Internal challenges, right? Internal challenges are what you believe about yourself.
Right.
So it's like, and once again, we're talking about the challenges that your clients are facing, right? If you have a product or service, your product or service, your brand, they should be solving all of these challenges, right? At some point, right? They should deal with all of these different challenges. So let's go back through them. So internal challenges are what you think about yourself, right? So, I wish, am I good enough to, am I good enough for tennis? Like, this is your client, will someone have the patience to teach me? I don't know. I don't have the funds, right? I don't know if I have the funds because of my family. They don't have enough funds to pay for my training or whatever happened. So these are some of the internal things that your clients may be dealing with, your customers may be dealing with. External is the external factors, right? So keep in mind, some of these internal challenges can be external challenges as well.
Interchangeable.
Right. So the same internal challenge, can I afford, can also be an external challenge. I can't take this course because my parents don't have the funds to help me with it. Oh, I can't do it because of the weather, right? Because of the geographical area I'm in.
My internet
connection, right? The government, I don't know. We've seen them play the government.
My stimulus check. Stimulus check,
right? So it's all of the things outside of you that they people often say they're excuses. They're not always excuses. Sometimes it's just external factors that are preventing you from being able to have success in a particular area. So
Right.
your product or service should be answering that and helping them figure out a way to get around it.
Right.
Okay. And then lastly, philosophical. It's more of the whys of the world, right? It's like, why should I, even think that I'm worthy of doing this, right? It's
Mhm.
we battle with the purpose question, right? We battle with that. So if a person just like you feel driven to teach,
Mhm.
right, tennis and help someone become the best tennis player of all time, well,
Right.
that person philosophically has to, be at that point where they're like, am I good enough to do this? Is this something that, even someone of my nationality, of
Mhm.
my background, whatever have you, can I take on this challenge? So you're, once again, in your messaging and your advertising, right, and your marketing efforts, you should be dealing with all of these three different types of challenges. Because
Right.
what happens is when you do, then you get that aha moment, right? A couple of lives ago, this is like last year when we first started, we were talking about the phases of your customer journey, right?
Oh yes.
You're
Story
talking
brand.
you're talking about enlightenment, right?
Mhm.
So, first, and it was related to dating. So, first you start off and you're talking, you're getting to know one another. But then there's a point where enlightenment happens where you're like,
Mhm.
hey, I really don't like to do life without this person. Like, I'm ready to kind of commit to this person. And that's essentially what happens to the customer buying journey. Through your marketing, your emails, your social posts, through all the things that you're doing, you're getting to know them. They're getting to know you. They're seeing our lives. They're seeing our posts. They're seeing things that we're posting. They're starting to know, like, and trust us. Then it goes to a place of enlightenment. They jump on one of our lives. They jump on one of they look at one of the blog posts, or they look at one of the social posts,
Yeah.
and it's like, whoa, the strategy geeks get it. They understand me. Wow. I'm ready to commit. What kind of training do they have?
Right.
What products do they have that I can buy, right? Because I'm bought in, right? So that's what you want to happen with all your customers. And the way to get to that is understanding their challenges. To get that enlightenment, you have to, in your courting stage, right? As you are sending those posts, those social posts, and sending those emails and all those things, in that stage of the process, you have to be hitting those challenge pings, is what we call them, right?
Right. Those kings.
Yeah, it's like the things that they're dealing with.
Pain points.
The pain points. That's
Mhm.
perfect. The pain points. You're able to hit those pain points when you
Mhm.
understand their challenges. So now your posts, the messaging and the verbiage that goes forth through those posts, through your blog posts, through your marketing, they all hit those pain points. You ever feel like you're not worthy to be the greatest tennis player of all time, like stuff like that. They're like, I was literally just thinking that yesterday, right? That's that enlightened moment. Now they're like, I'm ready to commit. Okay, let me take so-and-so's training, right? So that's the idea. We didn't want to belabor the point. We know that there's a lot going on tonight on this election night, but we still want to be consistent with you guys to come and do our live. And we wanted to just really, like I said, we're taking some time to really dig into this, because once again, these are the primary things we're experiencing on our calls.
Right.
Every time we get on a call, we're realizing clients are in different stages of this process.
Yeah.
And we understand, just from bumping our head throughout the years, that this is vital for you to understand up front. If you're going to understand the challenges your clients are facing up front, then you can write messaging, you can present yourself in a way that's going to speak directly to them, and they'll be willing to make that commitment. They'll be willing to buy your product, willing to purchase your services, and essentially become your loyal brand ambassadors, because then they're gonna be like, the strategists get us. They know exactly what we need. We have one of our great clients on here, Keisha. She can attest to that. Like, there's been so many times she's like, I was just thinking about that. It's because we've been taking the time to understand the client we're serving. Our client that we primarily serve. We serve all clients, but our target audience are African American female entrepreneurs, right? And and this is a personal passion that both Kimberly and I have, and we brought that to the business. So a lot of our messaging, a lot of our approach to things are serving that client.
Right.
Now, in every business, when you have a target audience, you're always going to have, outliers.
Others
right?
outside of that, yeah.
Rappers. We've done stuff for rappers. We've done, all kind of clients. But our target audience is who we're spending most of our marketing dollars and our efforts toward. So, that's my whole diagram.
No, that was good. I know it's kind of like information overload. So please let us know if you do have any questions. Comment in the chat below. And it doesn't necessarily have to be with, what we talked about tonight. But if you have any kind of branding questions, messaging questions, website questions, logo questions, social media questions, let us know. We'll give you a few seconds. If not, we're going to let you exit, let you log off for tonight.
Let you get ready for tonight. Hopefully,
if they're even wanting to watch, because I know some people are like,
Well, I was about to say, whether you watch it or not, hopefully we know something tonight. What we're talking about is the elections, right? We're not political like that, so we're not going to say who we want to or who we want to win or who we don't want to win. But I'm just hoping.
Huh? Yeah. Allow that? Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, advisor on the go. Appreciate that. Thanks for the love. Thanks for
staying. Thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate it.
And listen, we ain't gonna hold you guys any longer. If you guys don't have any questions, just if you have questions, definitely feel free. We love to clarify things. Thanks, Keisha. Thanks for showing the love.
Thanks, Keisha.
Always appreciate it.
For joining us tonight too.
Shout out to her and her business.
We know you all didn't have to, but you did.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate you joining our live. You can follow us if you're not already on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We are The Strategy Geeks. Mm-hmm. Our website is thestrategygeeks.com. If you do have any questions, I know you may not have had any questions right now at this moment, but you can feel free to DM us or reach out to us by clicking the link in our bio, and you can schedule a free consultation with us.
Mm-hmm. And you can even email us.
Yeah, email us, contact us at thestrategygeeks.com. If you're on Facebook, you can see it below. Instagram, it's contact us at thestrategygeeks.com, or go ahead in our bio and you can contact us as well. Hey, G-Ma, just a brief shout out and sharing. Thank you so much.
Thanks for the shout out and the share.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
We miss you, G-Ma. It's been months, but
months.
Hopefully this pandemic is hopefully we get into the tail end of it.
Yes.
Eventually.
Yes. But like we said, we don't want to hold you all too long tonight. So with that, thank you all so much for joining us. We hope you all have a great night.
Yes.
Protect your peace.
Yes.
All right. No matter the outcome, protect your peace, and just know at the end of the day, we all know who's really in control.
Okay.
Jesus. Oh, I was like this. Up there. We know who's in control. All right. I don't know, but for real, stay safe, stay healthy, most of all, stay connected, and we hope to see you again next week, next Tuesday.
All right, everybody.
Bye, y'all. Have a good night.
Good night.